What's going on, everybody? It's your boy CJ. So a couple reasons why I'm doing this vlog. First and foremost, I hope everybody's having a great day. Good morning, everyone. It's a beautiful morning here in Tennessee. I'm actually headed to dialysis right now. First and foremost, I've had a lot of people messaging me asking me how my surgery went last week, and which I understand you guys are concerned, and I want you guys to know I appreciate all the DMs and the comments and the messages on asking me how I'm doing. I really appreciate it. But the fact of the matter is it didn't get done, and I'm holding my arms up because that's where the surgery was going to be, in one of these arms. Actually, my left one is where they was going to do it at, and I'm going to explain to you guys why the surgery didn't take place. And a lot of you might have probably experienced this before if you go to doctor's appointments and stuff like that on a regular basis. Or if you just go to the doctor in general, you've probably experienced this before. So, my appointment was scheduled for last Thursday at 10 o'clock a.m., right? They told me to be there 15 minutes early. I said, okay, cool. So, before I tell you that, I had actually called the secretary for the doctor who was doing the surgery on me. I called his secretary on Wednesday evening, confirming the time with her because she had sent a paper through my dialysis clinic telling them what time I had to be at surgery. Well, when I seen the time said 10 a.m., I thought, okay, that's kind of weird to me, because normally when they do surgeries, they'll put you in early, they'll have you be there at 5:30, 6 o'clock in the morning, which is great, right? Because then you have time to, after you get anesthetized and put out, you have time to sleep your anesthesia off, right? And then you can do whatever you want the rest of the day and be motivated to do it. However, when I called the nurse on Wednesday to clarify that time with her and to confirm it, she was really rude to me. Very rude. And let me turn that off, guys. My radar detector will be going off constantly where I'm at. So anyway, I asked her, hey, I'm just calling to confirm this time, the appointment time for the surgery. I just thought 10 o'clock was kind of weird, and I wanted to call and confirm with you to make sure nobody made a mistake. And she said, yeah, I put you at the back of the line because you rescheduled with us last time. Now, let's keep one thing in mind, that doctors work around their own time and their own schedule. No matter what you've got going on that day, they don't care. They're either going to take their time or they're going to get in a hurry, right? Well, from my life experience and having to go to the doctor as much as I have throughout my life because of my kidneys and stuff, doctors have always dragged their feet. Always dragged their feet. There's been a few doctor's appointments I've walked out of because I've had to wait there for 3 and 4 hours on doctors. And as grown adults, we don't have time to just sit in a doctor's office for 3 or 4 hours waiting on a doctor to come out and talk to us, you know what I mean, or call us back or whatever. Anyway, she said, well, we put you in the back of the line because you rescheduled with us. And I said, well, wait a minute. I said, you guys also rescheduled one of those appointments with me because my doctor had to perform a transplant that one morning. And the secretary called me and said, hey, miss, we're going to reschedule your appointment because he has a transplant to do and we're going to set it for this date. I said, cool. So the date come around, well, then I had something come up on that day that was very important and I couldn't go to it. So I called them and rescheduled. That's why I rescheduled. And it was something important. I can't remember what it was, but it was important that day. And, I know what it was. I had to go pick up my daughter from school because she was sick. And so I couldn't go to the surgery. I had to go pick up my kid and be with her. Anyway, I talked to her that day, the last Wednesday, and she said, well, you rescheduled us, so we put you at the back of the line. And I said, okay, not a big deal, cool. I said, what's the difference? I said, you guys rescheduled with me. And she said, not the surgery we did. And I said, yes, you did, because you had my surgery scheduled, and you called me that morning and told me you had a transplant to do. And I was completely understanding about it, which I did understand. Not a big deal. You had something to do? Okay. People have things come up all the time. It's not nothing to cry over. Anyway, she got pretty rude with me and was talking to me in this tone that, well, I put you in the back of the line because you rescheduled on us, and we got other patients who are coming in first, and you're just going to have to wait. I was like, okay, that's completely fine. I said a few other things to her. I don't think it's important to go into. I didn't curse her out or nothing like that. You guys know I don't say bad words. But I didn't let her be rude to me, I'll tell you that. So anyway, the phone call ended. Next day come around, they told us to be there 15 minutes early. My appointment time is at 10 to go into surgery. So I show up at 9:40, which is 20 minutes early, right? I go straight to admitting. It's gonna be a bit of a vlog, guys. I go straight to admitting. I get signed in and all that. They give me my band, and then they send us upstairs to another desk where there's two people sitting at who are signing everyone in who have surgery. And so this guy we talked to, he was super nice, super great guy. He put us in the waiting room. We were up there and in the waiting room by 9:50, okay? And we sat there, and we sat there, and we sat there. An hour went by, hour and a half, 2 hours went by, and it was noon by this time that we were waiting. And I looked, because my mom had to take me because I had to have somebody drive me because I was going to be anesthetized. So I told my mom, I said, I'm getting ready to just walk out of here. My mom knows how impatient I am about things. I don't mind waiting on a doctor, 30 minutes, an hour, maybe even an hour and a half or an hour and 45 the most, but not 2 to 3 hours, right? So my mom said, well, let me go talk to somebody at the desk and I'll see what's going on. So she goes down and she talks to him. And keep in mind, this is at noon. I'm sorry, guys, that my phone's shaking. It's where I'm in my truck. This was at noon, right? So my mom comes back and said, they said, you're next. I said, cool. So wait another 30 minutes. Another 30 minutes went by. And at this time it was like 12:30, 12:45. I said, I'm leaving. I'm not waiting on it no more. So I went down to the front desk, the front surgery desk, and I told the guy, I said, look, I'm not waiting on these doctors no more. Here it's been, 2.5, almost 3 hours I've been waiting on these guys. This time, keep in mind, during that whole time, nobody called me back. Nobody came and got me and told me what was going on. Nothing. There was nothing from them. So I went down to the desk at like 12:30, 12:45. I told him, I said, hey man, I'm gonna leave. I can't keep sitting here waiting. And furthermore, I can't be anesthetized at 3 or 4 o'clock in the afternoon, whenever they decided they were gonna do the surgery, around my kids. My plan was to get the surgery done, get it out of the way, and my anesthesia have worn pretty much all the way off by the time that I'd gotten home with my kids at night, because I'm a full-time dad. I got kids to tend to, right? So I told the guy I was leaving. He said, well, give me just a second. Let me call one of your doctor's nurses out here and let them talk to you. I said, okay, cool. It's 12:45 at this time, all right? 12:45. If I said 1:45, I meant to say 12:45. It's 12:30, 12:45 at this point. So I waited there. I told my mom, I said, if that nurse ain't out here in 15 minutes to talk to me, I'm leaving, right? But I actually waited another 30 minutes. So it was almost close to 1:30, 1:15 to 1:30 by the time that I said I'm gonna leave again, because even a nurse, his nurse, took that much time to come out there, and she never even showed up. She never even come out there. So I think it was like 1:50, 1:30. I told Mom, I said, let's go. So we left. So with that being said and out of the way, that's why I didn't have the surgery, because they made me wait all that time. Nobody come out and called me. Nobody told me anything that was going on. They could have at least come and said, hey, we ran into something. This is taking us a little bit longer. Just be patient with us. We'll get you as soon as we can. I would have been cool with that, and I would have probably waited. But I don't have time as a full-time dad, and a YouTuber and everything else that goes on in my life. I don't have time to sit and wait for a doctor for 3.5 hours. I don't have time to do it. So I left, guys, and that's what happened. So just to clarify it up and let everybody know, the surgery didn't take place just because the doctors made me wait that long. And it's pretty annoying. But I did talk to my dialysis nurse about it. She completely understood why I left. She was completely on my side about it. And she told me that she was going to get me set up with a different doctor to get my vein mapping done again and to get my surgery done. So hopefully they'll put me at Vanderbilt, which is the hospital that I went to my whole life. The hospital I was at for my surgery the other day, it was a different hospital. It was called St. Thomas. Anyway, ladies and gentlemen, that's it. Hopefully they'll send me to Vanderbilt this time so I can, be around some doctors and I know I'm being in an environment that I'm used to. I've always loved Vanderbilt. They're a great hospital, great bunch of people. And St. Thomas has a great bunch of people. They're a great bunch of folks there, godly people. But the nurse, the secretary that called me, she was very rude, and they just don't get in a hurry to do anything. There was one thing my dad told me a long time ago about doctor's offices, and it's always stuck with me. He said, anytime you go to a doctor's appointment, those doctors are always in a hurry to wait. Always in a hurry to wait. And that's the honest to God's truth about it, because they don't care about your time. When you go to a doctor's appointment, they don't care about your time. Doctors overbook their patients on purpose so they can get that money. The more patients they see, the more money they make. So they don't care about, just know that's, I'm not saying all doctors, but a vast majority of doctors do not care about your time. Your time is not valuable to them. I don't care what you got going on in your life or that day or whatever. They don't care about your time. But anyway, guys, that's it. And that's pretty much it, guys. We'll be live tonight at 6 o'clock Central Standard Time. And I'm trying to decide whether I want to play Forza or we might play some Sea of Thieves. So, with that said, guys, I'm almost at dialysis here. I love you guys so much. Everyone have an amazing day. Until next time, stay strong, stand firm, stay in prayer. And as always, put Him first. I love you guys so much. I will see you all in the next video.